Hola, hi. Let's talk about embracing change and how much change maybe is good for you and how much moving isn't good for you. And I would say that there is no general answer to this when it comes to moving. I personally have moved a lot in my life, and sometimes at times it has been my choice, which is great. And at other times it hasn't been my choice. So there are so many factors that play into this. I remember there was a podcast Elizabeth Gilbert was doing, I really liked. She wrote also the book Big Magic. And there was one episode on the podcast where she was talking about that some creatives just need to have more different sceneries and input, and that she moved quite a bit and that it wasn't a bad thing. And I remember when I listened to that it really kind of gave me a sort of a relief, because it's interesting how people react. I so often in my life had that question from other people, are you just running away from things? But I can tell you one thing for sure, even if somebody was running away from something, it always catches up with you. And you take everything that your inner demons or whatever they are along with you. So you at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because you do have to deal with them one way or another. I personally really have enjoyed living in different countries and places. And I remember that, 2010, I moved from Hamburg to Cornwall at the time. And I just kind of packed my car and said, oh, okay, I'm gonna suss it out for a few months. And then I made the decision. And I stayed in Cornwall for 7 years. And why I decided to move was two things at the time. One was that Brexit was happening. And another one was also that I just had the feeling I wanted to have a little bit more diversity in terms of people. And so that was what initiated the move to Galway. Little did I know that the housing situation was so difficult in Galway. And still I stayed there for at least 5 years until it just became not possible for me anymore to live there financially, because the housing crisis just had gotten so much out of hand. And so now I'm in Portugal and I have found a permanent place, which is great. So I think it's down to ourselves to ask ourselves again and again, and that's a very fine balance. How much change or uncertainty do I need to be inspired and to get a little bit out of my comfort zone? And where is it getting too unsettled, and so that I won't be creative or inspired anymore? I think for me, I need to have a certain amount of safety and a certain amount of new things happening. And that's a fine balance that needs to be, tackled, maybe not on a daily basis, but you have to check in with that again and again. And I think it's different for people. You know, there are some people who need a lot of safety in certain ways, or a lot of feeling settled, and others don't need that so much. And then I also want to add that, so to a certain degree, there is a choice in this, and then there isn't, because honestly, most of the places I've been in, also Hamburg and many places in Germany, it has become so difficult to even find something affordable if you happen to have to rent. So those things play into it. Or somebody, I had that numerous times, somebody selling a place in England or in Ireland and you're just being kicked out. I want to really speak to that, because often people are just thrown into this constant change without them even wanting to, because the situation is like that and they don't have any other choice. So it's not so easy nowadays when you're renting to find something that's actually safe and permanent. So it might be a wish, but not possible. I want to just make that very clear, because the situation is different for everyone. But if there is a choice, if there happens to be a choice, I think it maybe is a good question to ask ourselves, how much safety do I need? And how much uncertainty can I invite into my life? What is the good mixture? Let me know how it is for you. I would love to hear, as usual. This was Anja Kersten, life coach and artist. Take good care. Bye-bye.